Over the last couple of years, anime has been getting a lot more popular and a lot more mainstream than it once was. But the anime that get popular are usually shown in anime and anime that appeals more to a wider audience. But in the trenches, in the dark alley of anime and manga, there are some weird fucking anime and manga that people don't usually read. But today, I want to talk about 3 of those weird and not usual manga that I have read. And
I mean, if you are a person that is open to something a little bit more out there and a little bit more weird, maybe you could find some enjoyment in this manga.
as I did. So come with me and I'll show you 3 of this weird manga that you should never read. Super Ball Girls is a manga about a guy named Eita Ichiyose. He works at a chocolate factory, and his life seems pretty boring. He doesn't have any perspective about how he's gonna reach his dreams. He has visions of a better life, of something that he wants to do, but he never seems to manage to do that. He's stuck at a dead-end job at a chocolate factory and doesn't have any perspective. Until one day, Eita finds a ball. A little ball that he takes home with him. And he is so angry about his life that he just starts throwing his ball around his room and trying to take out his anger. And as he throws this ball, something kind of weird happens. As he throws his ball, this ball turns into a hot anime girl, okay? And Eita is like, oh my god, what just happened? Did my ball just turn into an anime girl? Yes, it did. And she kisses him. But not only does she kiss him, but the kiss makes 3 other balls and 3 other girls. And now Eita is stuck with 4 girls that apparently don't know how to speak, how to act. They're kind of like an alien of sorts. They don't know how to act human. And they improvise and adapt, and eventually they become a lot more human-like and start treating Eita as kind of like their parent or something like that. But it doesn't stop there. We kind of discovered that there's a mechanism that when they kiss someone, they kind of reproduce in a sort of way. And we don't know who these girls are. We just know that they're balls, right? And I mean, if you want to read this, we're gonna get into a little bit of a spoiler right here. So rest assured, if you want to read this, just skip to the next part right now. But this manga starts turning into something even bigger than you expect. It starts off with just 4 girls, and then it starts expanding. One of the girls just goes to a guy in a back alley and like kisses him or shit like that. This manga is weird. It's really weird. Be sure of that. It has some weird scenes, weird things happen, a lot of sus things happen. But yeah, she goes into the back alley, kisses this guy, ends up killing him as well. This manga is pretty gory too. And she reproduces into 3 other girls that end up forming an alliance that ends up kind of taking over the world a bit. And then it is revealed that these girls are like parasites that want to take over planet Earth. And they can't be killed by any normal means. They can only be killed by using chocolate. Because, I don't know. So, these Super Ball girls that are like the 4 original ones have to fight against this onslaught, this empire of evil ball girls, and they have to like try to save humanity or something like that. Bro, this manga is really, really, really weird. It's also kind of good. it's also kind of entertaining, man. I ended up reading like 90 chapters in one day of this thing, and bro, I can't say that I didn't enjoy it, man. It was something kind of like uh, that one manga. I'll put it right here when I remember. But it's kind of something like that. That's a little bit weird, really, really gory, really strange. But it's also kind of it kind of hooks you in and makes you interested in reading all of the story. So if any of you guys are into weird shit, just read this one. So, the second one, a lot of you that are into this manga sphere might know of, and it is called Drama Queen. This manga has been getting a lot of infamy for being polemic and being racist, I guess. The manga talks about a girl called... What is her name? A girl called Namamoto works at a factory, again, and she isn't really treated well at her job. She's kind of depressed, isn't getting paid enough. I'm noticing kind of a trend with this manga, people getting underpaid and sad with their jobs. But she one day meets Kitami, a guy who is kind of sad and angry at life because his family was killed by aliens. Oh, did I mention that in this world there are aliens, and aliens came to save Earth, came to save the people of this Earth, and they are kind of treated as superior to humans in this aspect. They are more important, they have more social outstanding than humans, and in general, it is a society in which the hierarchy puts humans below aliens. So these aliens run businesses, they're more important, and these two humans are at the bottom of the society, pretty much. And I mean, they both hate the aliens because the alien treats Namamoto like shit almost, and Kitami, well, his parents were killed by aliens, right? So they both hate aliens, and they start bonding over it. They start saying how they hate life and how they're so frustrated with it all, until one day, Namamoto sees her boss at the job, sees her boss lighting himself on fire by accident, and she refuses to help him put out the fire, and she just lets him die. After doing that, she is fired from her job, doesn't have anything anymore, and is just frustrated with her life. And what does she do? And she's just frustrated with her life. And at this moment, Kitami knocks at her door, and he's carrying an alien on his back, a dead alien. And she's like, "Oh my god, what are we gonna do with this alien? What are we gonna do to get rid of the body? Aliens can't be dealt with." In the same way we deal with humans. They're more resistant, their body can't be burned. We can't deal with him with conventional means. He even floats in water, so we can't like put him on a river or throw him at the sea. The body will just float. And they come up with the solution of cooking him and actually eating the alien. And Namamoto is the only one who can withstand the taste of the aliens. And they end up eating the alien and then trying to like run off and not get caught by the crime they just did, because it is especially bad because they killed an alien, which is more important than humans in this world, right? So they start running off, but get noticed by an organization that is specified in killing aliens and proving that aliens aren't better than humans, or at least like the organization thinks so. So the organization wants Namamoto to reveal the secret of how they dealt with the body, and they start working at this organization and like going in missions to assassinate aliens. Bro, this manga is really, really weird. Like the way in which the characters like to eat aliens is a bit foreign to me. Like the story is kind of all over the place. But the art is pretty nice. It is a creative story, and I mean, if you like this sort of stuff and like are into weird stories, this manga kind of has this vibe. It has the chaotic vibe, and I think some people will like it. I read like 10 chapters, and the manga is kind of being released still. So if you wanna jump on the bandwagon and start reading this manga, I think it will be good, and you can get a lot of enjoyment from it, I guess, or just see some weird alien killing. Now we'll talk about the last and maybe the weirdest one. Onanie Master Kurosawa is about a guy who goons a lot. He has a daily ritual of going to the girls' bathroom and gooning. He has a FAP note. It's like a death note, but for like gooning. And he records the names of everyone he goons to on a daily basis. And he does this as sort of a revenge for like the people who treat him like shit or don't like him, or like this guy has a he's kind of like the light Yagami of gooning. He thinks his sense of justice is better than everyone else's, and he just like does a lot of shit, man. Until one day he does something so severe, something so fucking weird that a lot of the school gets worried, and the school staff actually starts worrying about who did it. If you're wondering what he did, he kind of goons in the bag of a girl in class, and like people are fucking pissed off at him. And first off, he kind of plays it off as if he didn't do it, but like, bro, this manga, as fucking weird as it seems, kind of turns a little new leaf and tells a good story, actually. Now I'll get into spoilers and explain the plot of the manga. If for some reason you wanna read this, just skip a bit. It's like being a webcomic. But, I mean, I'll kind of get into a little bit of spoilers right here. But he ends up, like, falling in love with a girl in his class, right? He ends up falling in love with a girl in his class. And this girl that he did shit to, right? And later on in this manga, he ends up confessing to his crimes because he wants to be a better person and stop doing stupid shit. So the manga turns from this weird gooning shit show into like a story of redemption of someone who like does a lot of shit but then confesses to his crimes, and he gets a lot of shit for confessing to what he did. He gets a lot of backlash. Everyone starts bullying him. He starts getting a lot of fucking shit for his crimes, right? For doing this weird stuff. But he also starts like kind of rebuilding his life and living a dignified life from the start after confessing to his crimes. It's like when someone goes to jail and pays his time in jail and then starts living a new life, kind of like that. And at the end of the manga, it turns into like a kind of like a redemption story of how someone can do something really stupid and really shitty and really weird, but like confess to it and start living a new life. That's kind of the whole point of the manga, right? But it is fucking weird as shit, man. I mean, it is actually funny. It is actually funny. The start of this manga, man. How weird it is, but it is actually ends up being a pretty good story. And this manga from this tree is the one that I read that has passed the From these three manga, this one is the one that has been the most time since I read it, so I don't remember the story that well, but I remember that I thought it was really good, so I wanted to share this one on this manga, and I think it fits perfectly into the theme of weird-ass manga. So, yeah. Reading weird shit and being surprised when it actually ends up being good. What do you guys think? Tell me in the comments below. If you have read any of these manga or have any weird manga recommendations, just tell me down below and I'll read it and maybe make another video in the future. So if you guys like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.